Now, I decided I'm going to quickly demonstrate the second method other than using the splice method prototype for removing items or adding items to an array, or inserting or changing items. The other method that is popular across various programming languages is push and pop. Jeez, I have to delete this quickly. This line here. This. But it's, let's say, linear, where if I do months dot pop, like that, then or console dot log, then I close it. Put a semicolon at the end of it after the closing parenthesis. Okay. Now, if I hit run here, June is the last item. If I do push, say July, like that, put a semicolon, hit run, returns the value 5, which is the index for that added element when outputting push dot July. But if I go like this, if I do console dot log, then do months, and that's it. It'll display January, March, April, June. They forgot to insert May, and then it would display July. Let me put a semicolon here. If you can see, there's July has been inserted after June. It's been added because of using the push method. Pushes the fifth element or item onto the array with the index of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, that's the length of the array. This would be index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I do, for instance, months, and if I put 3 here, it'll display June. Here, it'll display June. But if I do 4, hit run, displays July. But the length of the array is 5 because it begins at index of 0, and there's 5 items added to the list, 5 different months. So this is when you do months.push and then whatever you're pushing within the parentheses, and within a console.log output, it displays the length, it returns the length of the array, okay, after it adds it to the array. And then July. Now, if I do delete, pop like this, it will remove the last one on the list, would be June. Okay, if I hit run. See, it only displays January, March, April, January, March, April, and there's June, but I had popped the last item off the list here. That's what pop does. Instead of using splice or splice, you can identify an index. Let's say if I want to remove April, it would be 0, 1, 2, index of 2. That's the location, index of 2, to remove April, and then you're only removing April, you're not removing June. Would be, if I wanted to remove also June, I'd put a 1 there. Okay. So if I do, right now we're removing 0, 1, 2 at the index of 2, which would be April, okay, because the index was assigned here. So if I run, oh wait, you want, that's to not remove anything. If you put 0 there, you want to put a 1 there to remove April. Hit run. So now if you can see down here, January, March, April has been removed between March and June, where April's up here between June and March. Okay. If I put 2 here, I think it will remove also June down here. I should remove that. If I hit run, it does, you see. Whereas if I had done, say 1 here, and then say 1 there, it'll remove March, but January, April, and June will display. January, April, and June. Now, see, arrays are used for, let's say, menu systems usually on, let's say, a DVD player as an example, or a menu system in a computer program where these could be labels for buttons. And there would be 3 buttons in this case, and one of them would have been removed. Or if, let's say, one were to drop an item off of a menu, here the item or the menu March was dropped after using the splice here, and then removing the one at index of 1, which is here. If it was 0, actually, you know what? Let's do, would be 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's remove June at the 3rd index. Okay, and we're keeping it at 1. We're only removing the one at that index. Oh God, I hate when this happens. Jeez, the way this behaves sometimes. All right, splice. Dot. Oh wait, screwed up. Once. Dot splice. And then oh, it would be 3, comma, and then 1. We're only removing the item at the 3rd index in Word, where the first one has an index of 0, as a reminder. So there's a total of 4 items currently initialized to the array labeled or identified as months, but the last item being 4 to the right of index of 0, which has an index of 3. and only that one is being removed instead of, let's say, if I had assigned 2 here, it would be removing April, followed by, if I put a 2 here, it would be removing April and June. Whereas if I have a 1 here, it would only be removing April. So if I hit run, it removes April, you see. January, March, and then April's gone here, and June is there. There was no, they never inserted May. I'll just do that. I don't want to confuse the issue, but let's just do that. Put a comma and then run. January, March, April was removed. And then there's May and June, where April is up here, initializing the array identified or labeled as months. If I put a 3 here, I'll do 4. I'll put a 4 here to remove 0, 1, 2, 3, the 4th element here at index of 4. This is at index of 0. And so it searches for the 4th one inward at index of 4, and we'll remove June if I hit run, because I have a 4 here. If I hit run, we remove the last one on the list, which is after May, and that's June that I had removed. Just that, similar to if I were to use months.pop like this. It's the shortcut for, instead of, if you can think ahead, it does the same thing. Where if I remove this, I'm deleting it now, what I just wrote. And if I hit run again, oh, June is still here because I didn't do a splice or a pop. So if I do months dot pop, hit run, removes June, the last item on the array list. And then if I do splice, first I'll just do this. Okay, run. June's back there, and then if I do splice, oh god. Where's the 4th one? I'm only removing that one. And then run. Removes June on the list here. Okay, I'm done with that second tutorial for today. January 13th, 2022.